Back to Everything Money. We're here analyzing stocks, investments. We're giving some guidance. We have amazing Patreon. You should join it. My name is Seth. I'm here with Paul and Mo. I just caught wind. Breaking news. This premise of the show is I'm a normal guy bringing your questions to a couple really rich guys. What do I do with my money? How do I save? What should I invest in? I've said this for a long time. I'm a normal guy. What do I mean by this? I did not have a paying job until 30. I made zero money. My wife made so little, Paul. $23,000. $23,000 as a school teacher when she was 29 years old. Man. Regardless, I had nothing saved. I worked at a job for 6 years. I maxed out my Roth IRA during those years, and I have now amassed a fairly...
yeah, you have a good amount of money saved. I think Seth means he's a normal guy in terms of his thinking. And guys, you might look at me and say, Paul's not a normal guy. I started out as a normal guy, though. Yes. I was just a kid who was... I had a knack for math, but it doesn't take math knowledge. It doesn't take a genius figure out this stuff. It's all about the emotion. I mean, look at Mo literally calls me. He'll sit there and say math to me. I'm like, Mo, you're an idiot. Like, you have no idea what this math is. I texted him the
other night when I was at dinner, and I was like, Paul, I need you to calculate something for me.
At first, I was like, what am I, your little bitch? I was like,
Quant. The premise of this video is we'd like to show you what do you need to retire when you're 50 years old. Now, Paul's going to come at you with, I don't see in a lot of other videos, Paul, is they usually just come up with some number. And the point is it's based on how do you want to live. If you want to retire at 50 driving Ferraris and have mansions like Wolf of Wall Street, you're going to be needed to save a little bit more than usual, I would assume. But if you're a normal American in this world, we're going to project some numbers and see what you need to be saving today to retire at 50. Now, Paul, talk about some numbers, why we
So we have to make assumptions, right, Seth?
Yeah.
So we're assuming somebody starts at 30, goes to 50, they make 75 grand a year. So we have to make assumptions there. Now, let's say they save $12,000 a year. Okay, that's 20%. That's 15% of their income.
Okay,
they're going to increase their saving by 5% a year. Annualized returns. Let's say they put it in an ETF at 10%.
Great.
During retirement, let's say they have to take a little less risk on and take 7%, and they want to live to 100, and inflation is 3.5%. Their current income after taxes, before taxes, is 75 grand. Now the question is, how do they want to live? Well, let's assume they want to live on 75% of their money because they're going to stop saving as much. So they can decrease their savings. Generate. You do not have enough money for retirement. It says right here, save $17,000 more per year.
Oh boy.
So instead of $12,000, you need to save $29,000 a year.
This is a scary number, Paul.
It is a scary number. Now, let's change our retirement age to 60 with everything else the same. What happens? You have enough for retirement. Just like that, working extra 10. Now, it's a long time. Yes, at 60, you'll retire with $3.5 million.
How much savings am I doing a year at this rate?
$12,000 a year.
Just $12,000?
But you're increasing it by 5% per year. Okay? So you are increasing it steadily. That's 5% a year increase. So in the last year, 30 years later, you're saving $52,000, but you're getting a 10% return on your money. In fact, you'll never die. You will not die broke. At 100, you'll still have $1.2 million as you increase your spending over time. Now, are there other things you can do? Yeah. The easiest way to retire early is save more money, right? Just save more money. If you go, instead of saving $12,000 a year, save $20,000 a year, you can knock this retirement age to, let's see if 55 works. Yes, you have enough. Boom, very easy. This retirement calculator is available for you on the app, including all of our software, which is the 8 pillars, the Discord community of 4,500 people sitting here talking to you. As Seth always says, he didn't know what to do or what to think. He liked the community aspect of talking to people about their investments and their strategies. And it's a great place. You know, we had somebody in a group talk about a family member who's given, 3 months to live. He didn't tell anybody besides us. I mean, these are the things that happen, but this retirement calculator will just tell you what you need to do.
This really opened my eyes up, Paul. I mean, prior to even knowing you, this was an enormous burden that my wife and I shared, like a monkey on our back on a daily basis. Are we saving enough? It never feels like enough because it's so little.
And it's just math, right? And I've now shown you how, Seth, with your current savings, you could have $10, $15 million when you're 70 years old.
So I'm about 40, folks, and I have about $500,000 saved up. But that's just because I maxed out my Roth IRAs.
And you hit some good investments. Like you bought Tesla and Amazon and really hit it well and some Bitcoin.
This was years ago, of course.
This is years ago. But now it's about saving in an ETF. Because remember, guys, if you go to a financial planner, 6% return can still look like a lot of money. Well, that's a crappy return, right? So look at 6% return, saving $20,000 a year.
Oh boy.
Over 25 years, you still have $2 million. And you might sit there and say, man, I only saved $20,000 a year for 25 years. What is that? How much is that?
Say it again.
$500,000, and I got $2 million out of it. It sounds awesome, but the return is crap. That's how financial planners make their money. So go buy an ETF. It'll just match the market, and over long periods of time, you'll make about 10% return, and you will have lots more money. And you'll never, well, then you end up being broke, actually.
Say it again.
No, in this situation, sorry, $20,000 a year, age 30 to 55, you still need to save $1,600 more per year. Still need to save that. So, guys, and only because you're living to 100. I do have the 100 in there because I think we're going to live a lot longer than we think. It's a conversation Seth and I've had many times. I go, Seth's losing weight, he's getting healthier. I'm like, Seth, you'll live to 90. Tim and I talk about the same thing. You'll live to 90 plus. I'm expecting to live to 100. If you're watching this channel, you're probably in the higher echelon of earners in general. And if you think you're not, you're probably on your way to be just by the fact that you're spending your time listening to this channel. So expect to live longer. Find something you love doing. That way work doesn't feel like work. Like I always laugh when people say, when are you going to retire, Paul? I'm like, if I wanted to retire, I would have retired by now, right? It's just, I will do this till the day I die. Not because it feels like work, but because I just enjoy doing this. Same thing with you.
Let's shift some of these numbers around. What if there's a 20-year-old watching right now and they want to have a minimalistic life? They want to retire at 40 or 50. You want to try 50 first?
Let's try 50 first. And what do they make per year?
75, I think, is a nice...
Not for 22, though.
Oh, you're right.
Let's start with 50,000.
Okay.
Let's say they save 20% of their income, 10,000 a year.
I bet they're going to do really well.
They do not have enough to retire. They just need to save an extra $2,000 a year. They need to save $12,000 a year to retire at 50.
At that point, I think that is the most underrated part of our software. Nobody tells you how much more you need to save. They just say you don't have enough.
Yeah.
Like that number.
Or just
no. They don't even tell you don't have enough. They just say, here's what you're going to have in retirement.
Yeah.
But you said there's that big scary number. Yeah, it's scary, but at least somebody's telling you. Like that's the power of our software. I think we need to talk about that. That's highly underrated.
Yep, you're right. It's a great part of the software. It tells you exactly what you need to return, assuming your assumptions are all correct.
Yep.
Guys, guess what? You could, and the whole point is you need a dollar cost average and a low cost index fund. Can you beat the market doing other things? Yes, you can. But for majority of your money, put it in a low cost index fund or ETF. Follow the market. It'll crush any financial planner you have. I can almost guarantee it. Just don't waste your money with financial planners. It's just going to cost you money in the long run.
Why should we be trusting you, Paul?
I don't know, because listen, that's the question you ask
really
everybody. Watch our videos if it sounds like I'm logical and I'm making sense here. And, I don't want to talk about the fact that, Mo and I do very well, because that's not really fair. It's more of the sound process. We have a good process for things. When I tell people financial planners waste your money, they go, no, I did really well with my financial planner. And then they start telling me the numbers. I'm like, so 30 years later, this is how much you have? That's terrible. Because 6% a year for 30 or 40 years can make you seem like you did amazing, not really knowing it's 6% a year.
Paul, I just talked to somebody who has all their money in a financial advisor, and they were very pleased last year. They got a 14% return.
Oh, yippee!
I said the market did 40.
Yeah, the market. What did the market do?
By the way, not only that, I don't even worry about the return. I just sit there and say, okay, I can't say a financial planner is good or bad. I know financial planners who say, listen, my goal is to get you to your retirement goals. That's it. The returns, we're going to pick the portfolio that'll get the returns you need.
I think we need to be clear to advising versus like an estate planning.
Yeah, advising, to me, a financial planner or wealth manager's role is to advise you on what to do. But if they start picking investments for you and taking credit for it, I run for the hills. I immediately go, no, that's not your job. Do not do that. They are not, because guess what? When the market goes down, you know what they're going to say? It's the market. Everybody's down. But when the market's up, they're like, hey, look at me. I did awesome. Just go manage the money yourself. You can do it. As long as it's a discipline, every single month, put the same amount of money in, increase it 5% a year, and you'll do very well in the long run. I can assure you of that.
I didn't think an early retirement age is that plausible, but look at this. I mean, with these numbers, 22.
Listen, everything's not starting early. Guess what? Start at 10. Start giving your kids money at 10.
My son's age, yeah.
And guess what? Your son at 50 has $8.5 million. I mean, that's it, guys. It's all about starting early. That's all it is. It's all about starting early. I saw a saying the other day. I saw this fact the other day. Warren Buffett had $3.5 billion at the age of 65. He now has $85 billion. Okay, it's all about time. You put more time into it, it's going to work out in the long run. That's why get your kids into saving today. Get them in the habit of it. If you could afford to put money away for your kids, even if it's only $200 or $300, Tim does it. Even if it's only $200 or $300 a month, do it. It'll do way more for them than anything else you can do. Put it in an account they can't touch. Put it in a Roth IRA for them. They can't touch it. It'll do them wonders for them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a very simple process. Start early, save the money, put it into an ETF, something like a SPY, VOO. I guess Fidelity has a fee-free ETF they're doing now.
Fee-free.
Fee-free, yeah. So just to put it in and keep going, baby. You don't have to chase all these wild stocks. We just really advise you guys to just carefully save, keep at it, even during the hard times. But Paul, some feedback we get is people, they want a little excitement in it. Like they want to go along with the ride. They like our Tesla videos.
And I don't blame them.
Go on.
It's fun to feel active, but feel active in a good process way. Value investing can be boring. You buy a stock hoping in the next year or two, it turns around and does what you expect it to do. But joining Mo's Bid&Ask Nation, everybody in those chats are generating money from doing chart reading every single day, making trades. It makes you feel active. There is something to be said for idle hands can get, what's the saying? The devil loves idle hands or something like that. This is the same thing. I don't want you to be so patient. Like I have patience because I also have 8 or 9 businesses upstairs that I'm running. I can be patient in investing, right? Mo does chart reading. That's why he can be patient because he does trades every day with charts, as do the people in his group. They trade every single day, every single week, every single month, and it's a way to generate some returns. It's slow and steady, 1 or 2% a month, and you'll make big money, guys.
Yeah, in general, if you join the Bid&Ask Nation, a Patreon tier, you can have access to Mo on a daily basis. And Mo, just in general, show what you have behind you and what you do for them.
I don't even know what this is. This is Tenant Company. So this is, I have no idea what this is, random ticker, but let's see here. So right now I would look at it and say, this is something that I'm going to wait and I'm going to put on a watch list and I'm going to wait until this red line turns into the sweet spot. And those of you that don't know what the sweet spot is, that's the area where you have the probability to make the most money. So when that comes in, we start getting these green engulfing candlesticks. That's when we start adding to our price, and eventually we'll probably sell around here around, $87 a share. The stock price right now is 76. I'd probably buy in around 81. So if everything goes as planned, that would be what I would do on this ticker. But in the Bid&Ask Nation, there's over 700 people. They're talking about every different kind of trade. Long-term trades like this, day-to-day trades, and then your day trading, which is on a 15-minute chart, and people are just crushing it in all 3 areas.
Yeah, if this math and these numbers resonate with you, follow along our channel. We've had over 800 videos. Keep watching, and you'll start brainwashing yourself on how to get into this style of investing. And I've certainly done it, and I'm very thankful, Paul. So I'm thankful for our subscribers, our patrons. I love you the best. Fondle the thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.